long term, Chiefs is very, very inexpensive capital. And again, you have to be looking at that graph to go, this is what it is if I use my own assets. Hey, I'll just say it. This is what it is if I use a reverse mortgage. Although you got to be 62 to get a reverse mortgage. So that cuts out, how many tens of millions of people in their 50s, which is when they should be doing this. Here's what I do with Chiefs. And it tracks the cost. And it was staggering to me how inexpensive. I know I'm not supposed to say cheap. It's not right. How inexpensive the cost of funds for Chief is in the latter parts of people's lives. The longer you keep this, am I oversimplifying it, guys? The longer you keep this, the least expensive it is.
You're hitting the nail on the head.
Yeah.
As you know, Mike, with most products, if you're in it for a year or two, they tend to be expensive. If you're in it for a longer period of time, they tend to be less expensive. And Chiefs are exactly like that. They're intended to be intermediate to long-term type of asset allocation. I guess that's just the best way to say it. Mike, I want to go back to something that you said before, and it's about kind of changing the paradigm. We talked a little bit about the difference between home ownership versus home equity. Dan talked before about this, product of last resort being reverse mortgages. We believe it's really important for advisors not to be waiting until someone is 85 years old and they literally have no assets other than their home to do a reverse mortgage or anything else. They're doing something at the very worst time. What they should be doing, to your point before, Mike, is in their 50s, doing the kind of things that really sets the stage for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And that's what's important about thoughtful planning as opposed to reactive planning. And that's where Chiefs plays an important role in the context of insurance and financial planning.
And one thing I'll add, Michael, to expand
I've been a very bad host because I didn't mention, I'm sorry, Dan, I didn't mention in the beginning, bad host, that because this is a live episode, people can go into chat and ask questions. I should have mentioned that 40 minutes ago. Bad host. So for all of you that are watching, the multitudes, if you have questions, please put it into the chat and we'll ask Dan and Craig the questions so they can answer them.
Great. You mentioned about comparing and contrasting, home equity, reverse versus Chiefs. When Innsmark was contemplating bringing Chiefs into their environment, they went out to their advisor population and said, all right, what else do you need in this module? And we heard loud and clear that the audience wants to see, well, how does Chiefs compare to traditional debt instruments like a HELOC and like a reverse? It's included in the Wealthy and Wise module. So you could bring that client that down the journey, the Roth journey, do as Craig said, option 1, option 2, the Chiefs option. Chiefs, instead of Chiefs, let's look at a HELOC. Let's look at a normal debt instrument. Let's look at a reverse. Let's look at a Chief, and you'll see the power of Chiefs. Also, in the environment in Wealthy and Wise, it gives also the advisor optionality for, determining future home appreciation, what their historical investment hurdle has been, where they believe it's going to be with a blended portfolio. So all that stressing is available in Wealthy and Wise. You can stress the home, you can stress the portfolio, you can stress a loan, you can stress anything you want. At the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. The Chief math works. That simple.
It does. And you can see it in black and white. Okay, the danger of doing this live is I could say something I'm not supposed to say or ask a question and have both of you call me later and go, why'd you ask that question? I'm going to go for it.
Go for it.
I've heard of Innsmark. I'm a mortgage guy who turned financial planner a few years ago. I know of Innsmark. You guys have taught me more about it. I keep sitting in on your webinars to learn more about it. It's a staggering software, and it's probably the most powerful software in the financial advisor community. It's also expensive. Okay? Did you mention to me, or was I dreaming this, that if people come through Chiefs and want to have the Innsmark tools available to them, they do get a break in price?
So, Innsmark has dramatically changed their subscription model. They also believe in the power of Chiefs. So Innsmark is no longer charging users an upfront fee. It's now a monthly fee. So that's a dramatic shift in the Innsmark model. That upfront fee used to be $1,900 and I think it was close
Almost
to $2,000.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is no longer exist. I think the current fee is, yeah, yep, it doesn't exist anymore. It's now $59 per month, and it's powerful. What Insmark's also doing is they're introducing quick quote type tools. So for those individuals that don't need or require the heavy planning opportunity and they want to do a quick compare and contrast Chiefs versus cash, that will be available at a later date.